Hey, how are you this morning? I wanted to come on right quick because today is my second daughter, my younger daughter's 16th birthday, which I can't believe it has been 16 years since she was born. But every time her birthday rolls around, it really makes me reflect because there were a couple unique things about when I was pregnant with her and when I had her in the first year of her life that really kind of represent what we all need in our life in order to kind of get ourselves, like our mindset, into what we need to do to live a healthy life. Because really, when it boils down to our daily choices, it is mindset. So, when I was pregnant with her, I had lost two babies in between my first pregnancy and hers. So when I was pregnant with her, I was very, very motivated to take care of myself. With my first pregnancy, I had the motto, with my oldest daughter, I had the motto that I was eating for two. And that meant I ate all kinds of stuff, gained a lot of weight, and that stuff wasn't nutritious when I look back at it. Then the two pregnancies that I lost, one was at 5 weeks, one was at 10 weeks, those weren't really anything, with miscarriages, you don't really know why it happened or anything like that. So with her pregnancy, so it was my fourth pregnancy, I was terrified that the same thing was going to happen. The first time you have a miscarriage, it's kind of like, okay, 1 in 4 women have miscarriages, so I thought, okay, so that was my time. And then to have a second one right after that, I was like, oh my God, am I only going to be able to have one kid? Is that going to be it? I'm not going to be able to have any more children. So when I had her, I was very motivated to be healthy, to do everything that I could to maintain the pregnancy. So of my 3 pregnancies that I carried to term, hers was the healthiest one. It also helped that it was during the summer and I love to swim, so I swam every single day, and that was just the most wonderful feeling to, when you were big and pregnant, because I was due in July, when you're big and pregnant, to be able to get into the water and be kind of buoyant. But I exercised every day and I ate good. I watched what I ate nutritious food. I really took care of myself. And it wasn't super hard to do because I had such a deep-seated reason as to why I needed to do that, because I wanted to carry her to term. I wanted to have a healthy pregnancy. So it's funny, of the 3 kids, she was the healthiest pregnancy, and she is the one that is kind of most like me in a lot of ways and challenges me at every turn. So it's kind of funny. But then her first year of life, she developed some food allergies, and I was breastfeeding her. My first child, I had breastfed until she was 13 months old, and so I was determined to do that with Cassidy as well. But she developed some food allergies to where I had to cut out dairy and soy in my diet to try to figure out what it was she was reacting to. She was having a reaction where she had blood in her stool, and then she would go like 7 to 10 days without having a bowel movement. And so they told me cut out soy in my diet because it was passing through to her because she was exclusively breastfed. So in the process of doing that, I lost a ton of weight. I got down to like 112 pounds. I looked like anorexic, but I was very motivated to be breastfeeding her. I believed in that. And I wanted to give her that nutrition for the first year of her life. So I kind of and I didn't really know how to eat other than cutting those foods out. So I ate a lot of grilled chicken and fruits and not many vegetables since I'm such a picky eater. But I stuck with it, and I lost all of that weight as a kind of a byproduct of just trying to cut all those foods out and figure out what it was she was reacting to. Eventually, I was able to add, was it dairy or soy? I think I was able to add dairy back in, but then I still couldn't have soy, or it may have been the other way around. I can't remember. But eventually, we figured out that that's what it was stuff that I was eating was passing through to her. But I cut those things out and I stuck with it because every time I ate something that had one of those things, I'd see the reaction in her body. She would get eczema, she would get a rash, and then she would get the blood in her stool. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because that was a time in my life when I was very, very focused and motivated. I had a deep, deep-seated reason why I was doing those things. It's amazing how powerful pregnancy and having a newborn can be for our willpower. So as the years went on, I kind of, after that period, after I finally quit nursing her, because I was so super skinny and wasn't getting enough nutrition for myself, I think I stopped breastfeeding her like at 11 months. But after that, I kind of lost that deep-seated reason to do things healthy for myself. I still did things for my kids, made sure they had what they needed, but for myself, I kind of lost myself in all of those years. So I just use that as an example as to how you yourself can focus on the healthy habits that you need in order to live a healthy life, live a long life, create habits for your family, create a long legacy for your family of health, because the mind game, the mindset is the biggest thing. So think about why, hey Maggie, hey mom, think about why you are, why you're wanting to do these things beyond just weight. You know, and beyond just how it's fitting in your clothes. What are other reasons why? Think deeply as to why you want to be healthy, like for your kids, for your grandkids. You know, that's usually what the root of it is. But really think about that and concentrate on that, and concentrate on what will happen if you don't do these things. You know, what is the consequence of not doing them? And then create something that you can see every day, whether if it's something you read, like an affirmation, just something saying, you know, I am going to do this because, or sometimes what I do is write something on my bathroom mirror, so when I get up and I'm brushing my teeth, I read that. So it's kind of like an affirmation there too. Or print out a picture or write it on a Post-it note, put it on your mirror, put it on someplace where you are regularly so that you can see it. It can remind you of what your goals are. And then even maybe in the place where you get the most temptation, the most or the loss of control of focus and all of that stuff. So put those things in a place that it reminds you. And then over time, as you develop those habits and you start feeling better, you get more motivation to do it without having to have all these extrinsic things to remind you. It becomes an internal thing. You realize that you feel better, your skin looks better, your hair looks better, you sleep better, you're losing weight, your clothes fit better. Those things will go from being an external thing to being an internal thing, and then you'll have an internal motivation and drive to do this and don't have to always be reminded of it from someplace else. So that has worked for me. Once I stayed consistent with it and then started to lose some weight and started to feel better, then when I dropped off and I quit doing those things, I started to gain weight back. I started to feel tired again, and then I lost some of my progress. God, it's getting bright out here. I lost some of my progress, and that fueled my internal motivation again. And then I went back to doing the habits. And then over time, it's just become a habit. Like, I just know that I'm going to get up and I'm going to do some form of workout because it makes me feel better. I have more energy. I'm positive throughout the day. So it's just amazing how that works. I never thought I would say that. But so it changes from extrinsic to intrinsic, and you don't have to have so much external motivation. So I hope that helps y'all a little bit. It's kind of baffles me when I think back to when I was pregnant with Cassidy and when she was born, because I was highly motivated and I stuck to that like nothing I have ever stuck to in my life. Because I desperately wanted her to be born and to be healthy, and then to be able to breastfeed her, because I was so set on breastfeeding and not having to rely exclusively on formula. So I hope that helps you today. Please comment below and let me know that you've watched this. Thanks Mom and Maggie for tuning in. Hope y'all have an awesome day. Talk to you soon.